Hello and welcome to another episode of Sam and Mike's Great Aussie Odyssey. Today we show you our move from Launceston to Stanley and everything in between that we have covered. From sunrises to sunsets, to our dinner for Valentine's, to climbing the Nut, to doing our Tarkine drive. We will also show you around the RV campsite that we stayed at, and then coffee break along the way heading to our next destination. We dropped in at Coastal Caravans. So please grab yourself a drink and let's get on with the show.
The beauty of full-time travel, having the caravan and the truck set up the way it is, we can just pull over at the side of the road anywhere we like. Sam's in the caravan making some lunch. Pull out a couple of chairs. And we're just gonna sit here, have lunch, and just take in these country views. It's nice out here.
It's lovely out here. Oh, the eucalyptus. Did you smell that?
Yeah, very strong eucalyptus smell. The bush out here is spectacular, and the track is really nicely
It is a good track. Since,
compacted gravel. 800 metres each way. A few steps right at the start, but after that, it's well, at the moment it's mostly downhill after the. I don't know how many steps you reckon? Maybe a couple of dozen.
Didn't count.
Yeah, it wasn't many, and it wasn't hard. Mind you, there's going to be a few coming back up again on the way out, but it's it's pretty good. I'll have a look and see what the view's like when we get there.
Better be worth it. Mike, there's a chair for you, honey. You want to stop and rest?
I'll sit here and wait for you.
Can I have the water?
No, I'm getting the water.
Oh wow, see ya.
I'm coming.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
In the middle of a
I'm just in the middle of a 10k walk.
It ain't a 10k walk.
Grade 4, 10k's. Uphill, downhill, up to Alum Cliffs Gorge. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hey Mike, how was your 10k walk?
Oh.
Now, do you want to tell everybody how long that walk was?
Okay, 800 metres each way.
So Corey, if you're watching, it was 800 metres, not a 10k trek. Over exaggeration on your behalf. You idiot.
Sheffield is a town 23 kilometres inland from Devonport on the northwest coast of Tasmania. and Sheffield has long been the rural hub for the Mount Roland area, but has become very famous for murals. So Sheffield has rightly earned the reputation as Tasmania's outdoor art gallery, with murals adorning the buildings on the main streets in town and have spread now into the neighbouring areas with over 200 available to view. The murals in town tell the history of the area, people that have lived here, events that have happened, and some of the natural attractions that occur within the Kentish municipality. Sheffield is a wonderful little town, great little bakery. You can wander around the town, have a look at the murals, stop in for some fuel, some groceries before you move on into other parts of the northwest.
Cuddle up to it if you want to.
Well, there's something you don't see in the street every day.
You do in Sheffield. Pedro the Poser.
What's his name?
Pedro the Poser.
Oh, Pedro, yeah.
Yes.
Pedro the Poser.
He has his own mural here.
Pedro the Poser.
What does he wear?
Yeah, just can you see the bits of greenery there? Just
Yeah.
on the other side.
Okay.
He's got his own mural.
Yeah.
So we are. That's excellent.
Stanley is a small town situated on Tasmania's northwest coast. It is remarkable for its incredibly well-preserved colonial buildings and its massive volcanic plug called the Nut, which rises 150 metres out of the water and dominates the small town skyline. And Sam and I actually walk up and walk back down the Nut, as you'll see shortly. Stanley's also well known for seafood and Cape Grim beef, world famous beef, both of which are available in a couple of the restaurants in town. A little history. In 1825, the Van Diemen's Land Company was granted land in northwestern what was known then as Van Diemen's Land, now Tasmania, and that included the Stanley area. Employees of the company from England settled in the area in October 1826. The site was originally called Circular Head, named by Bass and Flinders in their circumnavigation of Australia. The site was then renamed Stanley after Lord Stanley, the British Secretary of State for War and the Colonies in the 1830s and 1840s, and he later had 3 terms of office as British Prime Minister.
Highfield House was the residence of the manager of the Van Diemen's Land Company and sits up on the hill overlooking the Stanley Township and the Nut. It's a great place to watch the sunrise, which Sam and I did, and you can see that in the footage. Highfield House has a very dark and checkered history with its colonial convict labour, and a visit through the house reveals a lot of those stories and is well worth a look. Uh-oh! Uh-oh!
Located on the northwest coast of Tasmania, the Tarkine Drive is a self-guided loop that starts and finishes in the town of Smithton. It takes you to a glorious waterfalls and tempered rainforests, along sprawling beaches and walking trails, and to the edge of the world, literally. An easy short wander through a stunning rainforest leads you to another world. Shoalwater Arch was formed by the collapse of an ancient cave. The roof fell in one section between two sinkholes. Take your cameras, be prepared for wow moments at every turn.
cast my pebble onto the shore of eternity to be washed by the ocean of time. It has shape, form and substance. It is me. One day I will be no more, but my pebble will remain here on the shore of eternity. Mute witness for the eons that today I came and stood at the edge of the world.
The Tarkine Drive follows mostly sealed and easily accessible roads on a roughly 205-kilometre round trip through dense temperate rainforests and wild coastal plains. For reasons unknown, the Tarkine region doesn't have an official national parks designation. It is open to logging with 350,000 hectares recently released to just that. Whilst many tree ferns date back to ancient Gondwana, the supercontinent, and the region is known to be the world's second largest body of temperate rainforest, it still has various logging designations that are slowly and very sadly destroying this area. Whilst in North West Tasmania, we dropped into Coastal Caravans, who are located at Somerset near Burnie. Coastal Caravans have recently become a Great Aussie dealership to join their other brands. We met with Trent Austin and the team. Check out their large range of accessories and their extensive showroom of caravans. The team is always available to answer any inquiries about needs for your caravan, new or old.
Well, we've got our jack. I've got some warning tie down points. I don't think, is there anything else we need? I don't think there is.
Nope. If you're in need of a service to your caravan whilst in Tasmania, please give the team at Coastal Caravans a call, as they are very willing to assist.
Hey guys, thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed that episode. So, Stanley, what a ripping little town.
Cute.
Sort of place that you'd probably go for a long weekend rather than a week or two, but you would have plenty to do in that weekend. Old colonial buildings, the Nut, world famous for its seafood and Cape Grim beef,
needless to say, we indulged in that seafood as you saw.
Yum, with a glass of wine.
Happy Valentine's Day, honey.
Thank you. Beats flowers.
And how good was the Stanley Golf Club, the RV park that we stayed at?
Got the RV park. That was really good. Drive in, find yourself a spot. It's $10 a night. It's got a dump point. It's got fresh water for you as well. But other than that, you do need to be self-contained, but just enjoy.
It's a ripping
really
place,
good.
right at the foot of the Nut. A short walk into town, and you're on the beach, and you've got penguins right there on your doorstep. So it's just a great spot. The Nut, as you saw, Sam and I went up. It was a piece of piss. I did not.
He struggled.
Did not.
He did.
Did not.
Yes, he did. Let's move on. Stop it.
And the sunrises and sunsets were spectacular. The Tarkine Drive, it still blows my mind that it's not a designated national park and it's still open to logging, and they're just hectares and hectares of logging, particularly given that some of those tree ferns in Trowutta Arch date to the beginning of man. I mean, we're talking, Gondwana and the supercontinent. So it blows my mind. Spectacular drive. Do take on board that it's at times the road is only wide enough for two normal cars going each way, not a large logging truck and our Silverado, which did almost come a cropper on a bend.
Yes.
For no other reason other than the road's just not wide enough for the both of us. We both stopped with inches to spare before colliding, but at the end of the day is we both got away with it. And the issue that I had though is that I did have the UHF on, and there was no chatter on the UHF.
No communication at all.
Nothing to suggest that there was a logger truck on the road at the time, but that it is what it is. But be aware of that. Wildlife, the roadkill count was insane. So just be aware of the wildlife and drive carefully. A couple of black snakes on the road.
Didn't like us passing them.
No, they weren't happy that we were passing them, and one of them in particular flared up. But look, it is just a special place and well worth a visit. So we then move on to the next episode, which takes us deeper into the southwest of Tasmania, more into the wilderness. But on the way, we stop in for a coffee with Trent and the team at Coastal Caravans. Otherwise, guys, what is it you got to do first?
Like, subscribe, and please comment. We still are learning and would love your comments as well. Also, if you've got any areas that you would like us to try and cover while we're here in Tassie, we've got a couple more weeks, so please do.
Otherwise, guys,
have a great night.
Speak
See
to you soon.
Next time.
Bye.
Here we go.